Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat. In today's video, we are going to be doing the fundamentals and the basics to get a budget created. So I have fallen off because I was unprepared for this year in the sense that I didn't budget or save up for unexpected things such as birthdays, random miscellaneous family visits, things of that nature, because I thought with everything going on in the world that things weren't going to be opened up, right? So there was no reason to be trying to save up for something that's not going to happen, which actually backfired on me. But anyways, if you are new to budgeting or want to start a budget or have fallen off and need some motivation to get started again, this is the video for you. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first is we need to be looking at least 2 months of bank statements so we can kind of get a picture of where our money has been going. So what I like to do is I like to print it out if possible, print 2 statements out, and with different highlighter colors, go ahead and highlight things that are the same. For example, the moments, the times that you spent on groceries, eating out, bills, debt, miscellaneous, any categories that you can think of, group them together by a highlighter color. That way it can make this next process easier. All right, so what we're going to be doing next is now that we have gone through our bank statements, we can see the bills and debt and subscriptions that we have, because remember, we grouped them together by highlighting them with a single highlighter for that category. So when you go through your bank statements, this will help us keep track of the days that our bills are due, because sometimes things change, or we might forget about a bill, or we might be at the very beginning where we don't even kind of know when a subscription comes out if it's automatic. So I do have this kit and it's free. I'm giving it to you guys for free, and it's just linked down below. Just click on it, download it, and print it out so you can get started. Something that I remember about the Budget Mom, and something I love about the Budget Mom when I first started, is she said, if you really want to help somebody and you're really passionate about, what you're doing, you first provide resources that are free. And that's what I believe in. So all of this is going to be free. That way you don't have to go searching for things on your own. Okay. And I do write sideways, so I apologize. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just write down my bills and the days that they come out. I don't put the date of the month, but I do just put the day that it comes out, if that makes sense. So I have all my bills written down here, and I have this section for amount due and if it's auto pay, and also the months that you have to pay that bill. But something that I wanted to mention is I do recall, and I do put in here, bills that are going to be coming up, for example, later on, so not monthly. So this is for you to write down all the bills, like of all year, right? Monthly bills and those random miscellaneous bills that are due just throughout the year as well. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out the amount due and the months that these get paid, and yeah. Something that I would like to add as well is the amount that I have here is the highest that that bill has been. So I went back and I also recalled the time that a bill has been a little higher than normal, just to make sure that my budget is going to cover the worst case scenario. Alright, so as you see here, I just put a line through the months because the bills that have the lines through them, I pay every month. But for my truck insurance, I did go ahead and circle the months that it lands on, which is helpful as well because you can look back on this and you can know exactly the month that it lands on instead of getting a bill in the mail and then just being totally taken off guard. Okay, so next thing that we have to do is we went ahead, right, and we looked at all our bills and all the categories. In those categories that you highlighted, you should have also highlighted your income. So it's important to highlight the income and know how much you're getting paid, but also reflect even like within the year of the lowest amount that you have gotten paid. So this is also part of the kit, and I just put the steps that I think are the easiest. So we're actually going to put this over here because we'll refer to this here shortly. So I just put the source because some people get, you know, like, you know, maybe your father, or what is it called? Child support. There you go. Some people have child support, so, you know, it's a source. So instead of putting income, I just put like the source of it. So I'm just going to put here, I just get a paycheck. So I'm just putting paycheck 1, paycheck 2, paycheck 3, and paycheck 4. I'm just going to abbreviate where we're getting this from. Okay, and the lowest amount that we have gotten for this first paycheck has been $1,400. Lowest amount we have gotten for this paycheck is $1,100. Lowest amount for this paycheck has been $2,300. And for this paycheck, it has been $1,300. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and add all these up. Okay. Do you guys like my ring? I got this ring from my friend's baby shower. So cute. She loves Mickey and Minnie. And she had this on a cupcake and I said, oh, I need that, so cute. I love it. Okay, just gonna do that one more time. Okay, so we're at 6,100. This is the income total here, 6,100. All right, so next I'm going to put here all my bills and expenses for the entire month. So I can go ahead and do that from here, right? I'm just moving this over here is what's gonna happen. So we wrote down all the bills for the entire month. Now I'm going to add all of these up. Okay, and good thing we did this because I am seeing that I'm forgetting actually one bill, and that is the 23rd. This is our PlayStation. Good thing I was like, PlayStation, $11 came to mind. Okay, so we're gonna put this right here. Just missed it. Okay, $11. So plus 11. Okay, so we are at 354. So this is a total bills, debt, expenses, everything. 3,544. All right, so now we're going to do our variable expenses. So variable expenses, it really depends on you. I know for me, it's gas, groceries, my husband's spending, and my spending can be your miscellaneous spending. So I'm going to go ahead and put here the categories I know are my variable expenses. Again, it depends on you, what you would consider variable expenses, but I'm keeping mine simple because I like to do a budget that's kind of like worst case scenario. That way I know that my hiney is covered. So I'm going to put groceries here. Put gas. Okay, so now that I have included these, where I'm gonna get these numbers are from the bank statements, remember? So if you did what I had suggested you to do, you can simply go back into your bank statements, and you can go ahead and just add up the color that you highlighted all your grocery transactions. So I know that I am spending close to $150 a month on groceries and household. Okay, so this is how much I'm spending a month on household and groceries. I know for gas it's about $80 a week, and I'm rounding up. So you can round up, I think it's easier. So we're at $320. I had seen that I'm spending about $100 a month, and my husband, he spends around $70 a week. So he's spending around $280. Now, this is why I say this is the first one, this is the second one, because this you can adjust, right? Because as soon as you see down here, if it's possible for you to, have this can be adjusted, but this for sure we need to pay, right? I mean, you can cancel subscriptions, but most likely this is kind of fixed, and this can be more managed, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to add these up. Okay, so that is $1,200. Let me make sure the gas is right. Yep, $320. Okay, so now where do we go from here? We are going to add the amount that we have for bills and our variable expenses and subtract it from here. So we're going to add these two, or you can go ahead and just go from here, minus this, minus 1200. Okay, I'm going to do that again just to make sure my numbers are right. Okay, so this is the amount that I have a little space here. This is the amount that's left over. 5, 6. And I just put a little arrow over here, and it says now you can see how much money you can start putting into savings or sinking funds, or how you must make changes in your expenses or subscriptions to be able to have some breathing room. So if you're in the negative here, this is the moment where you can say, well, Kat, no spending for you, or minimize the spending. Can I minimize the groceries? And I know some people are kind of picky about, no, I am going to keep my grocery budget the way it is. But trust me, if you're in the negative, you're okay everyone eating bean burritos or ramen noodles, if that's what you got to do to keep the lights on. Okay. And maybe you say, I don't want this HBO subscription, this Amazon subscription, this music subscription, etc. Okay, so now we're here. Now we see how much money that we have left over. I also created this just simple sinking fund category. I'm going to keep it simple because I know for sure the things that I want to save up for immediately. So my sinking fund is going to include my truck insurance and my truck maintenance. You can decide what your priority is, right? I know this is my priority, and I need to make sure that I have my truck insurance money when I need it, and also I have money for any maintenance for my vehicle. So maintenance needed, I need about probably $250 in my truck maintenance, and I need about $350 for my truck insurance. How frequently? About every 3 months for both. So this is how I do it. So if I'm going to do, and this is why I put how frequently, because maybe you just do it once a year, right? So you have multiple months to save up for it, and this is how you can do it. So 350 divided by 3, I need to be putting at least 120, I'm going to round up, $120, $115 depends what you want to do. I'm going to play it safe. I'm gonna say I need to be saving at least $120 a month for my truck insurance. Okay, same thing with truck maintenance. Okay, so I need to be saving at least close to $85 a month. And this is how I know how much money I'm going to be putting into my sinking fund. Now, next category I need to save up for is my emergency fund. If I can spell emergency fund, emergency. And I want to save up $1,000, and how frequently I want to, or how quickly I want to do it. I want to at least do it like in 2 months, maybe even less. Divided by 2. So I need to be putting $500 into here a month. Okay, so you might not have money for anything after this, right? Like you might still be in this stage where you're in the red and you have to make changes here. So you can't even, be here at this point, right? But I still included this for you just in case you do, and maybe you can save a little bit and you are making changes. But one thing I hope, if you can't do any sinking funds, something you do start saving for is your emergency fund. So I did include this tracker in this packet as well. So this is what I'm gonna be using as well for my $1,000 emergency fund. This is to accompany an envelope that the Budget Mom has, I believe, for free on her website, and I'll try to link it below if I remember. I will remember, Kat, remember. So this will be for you. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to save up for emergency fund. As I said, I'm not going to focus on all this other sinking funds that I could have, like birthdays and eating out and all this stuff. I need to focus on getting my emergency fund up, because emergencies do happen. That's the reason why I don't have an emergency fund no more, or it's very low. So yes, okay. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. No, it can be overwhelming, especially looking through your bank statements, because you're kind of peeking into a can of worms that maybe you do not want to look at or come to terms with, because maybe you have some bad habits, and trust me, we all do. I do too. But it's like ripping off the bandage, and after you go ahead and do that, you'll feel so much better, because even though maybe your budget and your finances aren't where they want to be, you have to start, right? You have to start somewhere, and you'll never get to a better position or your goals if you don't start where you are at. So start where you are at and work from there. Baby steps. It's okay if you have, certain categories that are different from mine, because every budget is different and all bills are different. But this is to encourage you to start your budget again, or if you fell off, find out why you fell off. And that might be because sometimes we make a budget that's unrealistic because we are too harsh or too strict, right? That is the purpose of going through your bank statements, because I know how much my husband's spending, right? I can't give him only $50 when I know he's spending $280, right? I have to slowly kind of bring it down a little bit as well for my spending. If I know I spend $100 a month and that's the trend, I can't starve myself and only give myself $10 for the entire month when that's not realistic, and it's not realistic for me. So having a budget that is successful is depending on you, and you being realistic and coming to terms with the reality of what's going on. It is always personal, right? It's personal finance. It's personal to your situation, and don't feel bad if yours looks different than somebody else's, because it is your finances that come to play, and you are the person in charge of knowing where your money's going and where you want it to go. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.